There's a young man at this end of the table now who's the next on. He's asking, and he'll have a good feast later on because he's been so worried that he's left his wine, his drink, his coffee, his cake, and the lemon meringue pie. But please, give a round of applause to Fraser Hynes.
Hello. Can I say, two of the best speeches I've ever heard at a wedding, and I have to go on after them. Right, I'd like to draw your attention. Can everybody see the screen at the back? I need to explain something. When I was asked to be best man, Fiona came up to me shortly afterwards and said, Fraser, I want the full singing, full dancing best man speech. I don't want any expense spared. This has got to knock the socks off. So without further ado, I give you the opening credits to Andy Parry's best man speech. I also heard the radio show that Phil heard on the other day, and I went the other route. I did all the things you're not meant to do, best man speech. So the first thing is, don't start with three seemingly unrelated images that nobody's going to understand what you're doing. So this is Jason and Kelly getting married. That's the Pet Shop Boys, and that's Top Gun. And these are all images from 1986. And the significance of 1986 is that's the year that I met Andy. Okay, so that's 24 years ago. And I want to put that into some kind of context so you can understand how hard it is to write a best man speech after 24 years. This is the state of Texas in America. The thing about Texas is, amongst other things, is that it has a really tough judicial system. So if you kill somebody in Texas, you can be looking for about 14 years, which means I could have killed 1.71 people in the time that I've known Andy Parry. Okay? So 24 years, 24 long years, and what have I done? Well, I was thinking, what have I done in that time with Andy? Well, I just went through a list of all the things, and the people sat around, they've been like primary school, secondary school, sixth form, university football team. We bought a house together, joint bank account. I got him and Fiona together, obviously, which I'll come on to shortly. And I was thinking, well, how do you put that into words? I thought, well, what I'm not going to do today, I'm not going to do all those. Let's take the mick out of Andy, okay? Because that's boring. And we kind of did it on the stag anyway. Basically, what we did on the stag do was we had these T-shirts done, and everyone on the stag had to write a story on the back of Andy's T-shirt, and then he had to get up and present it. And this is a picture. Oh, sorry, family show. And he has to get up and present it. And this happened a lot when he realised what the story was all about. Special thanks to Tim for the bottom there. I'd also like to thank Andy C at this stage. I know Phil talked about it, but the lads who went on the stag, I know you had a great time, but without Andy I couldn't have done it. So that's for Andy over there. Yeah, quite right. So instead, I've been very fortunate in that I've been really involved in Andy and Fiona getting together. I know Matt introduced them, but not to make too big a deal out of it. I kind of got them together, but and this is a story, a particular favourite of mine, and it's a good story about Andy actually. It was about 3-4 years ago. My maths is like, and basically I just split up with somebody. Oh no, come on. Remember who has the microphone to me. And I was really down, and myself, Matt, and whoever, if you don't know, Matt there and Andy, we all bought a house together, we were living together, and I was really down, and it was a Saturday, and Andy said, come on, Fraser, come on, let's get down the boozer, come on, you know, and I'm like, I don't want to go, and he said, come on. So we went to the pub at the top of the road, the Bird in Hand, made a couple of drinks, a couple more drinks, and then, you know, I'm starting to feel a little bit better, and Andy says to me, he says, Fraser, come on, let's get yourself to Didsbury. Now, Didsbury's, oh, you all know where Didsbury is, don't you, obviously. It's a bit more lively, and I was really getting into it and having a good time, and Andy, he said, he'd mentioned this girl, Fiona, who I think they'd only been out once or something. He really liked her, and I won't lie to you, I was a bit worse for wear and a bit emotional. I said, Andy, you have to call that girl, you have to call her now, and tell her exactly how you feel. Do it now, do it now, do it now. Now, for those of you who don't know, Matt works for Greater Manchester Police, and we've managed to get the telephone conversation that Andy had that night. So, who wants to hear that telephone conversation? Oh, no, go back. Cheeky. Okay, I hope this is loud enough.
Hi. Wait, I don't think this is working. Hello? Listen, it's Andy. Right, anyway, okay, thing is, hang on a minute. Tequila! No, I don't want a tequila! Jacob! Alright, go on then, but only one. Sorry, yeah, listen, I really like you. We should meet up, like, on a date or something, you know. Pouring drinks into one glass isn't one drink.
Shocking. There's a dialogue from that first conversation, and here we are today, and it's quite funny. Andy realised 3 things after he hung that phone up. First, 2 drinks in one glass is 1 drink, as I told you on the night. Secondly, that it was 3 o'clock in the morning when he made that call, and thirdly, Fiona was in bed and he left that on her voicemail. So, I thought today's all about love. You don't mind me going on, do you? So, I've only got 10 minutes. Yeah, whatever. So all about love. So I thought, I'll tell you what I'll do something else. Instead of taking the mick out of Andy, I'm going to tell you about 4 things that Andy loves. And I mean loves. You know, almost as much as Fiona. And no, actually, football didn't make the cut. We're talking love. So, what's Andy's other great love? So the first one is his love of showers. I don't know if anybody is aware of Andy's love of showers, but this is a little stat me and Matt did when we lived with Andy. On this side is a normal person's night. Okay, it's like your average night. Most of it's sleeping, bit of eating, TV, internet. That's a red bathroom, but let's call it shower, shall we? Keep an eye on the red when I punch up Andy's stat. Something a little bit like that. And I understand. Oh, I should just say as well, sorry. This morning, I turned up, I'll get in trouble for I'm going to tell anyway. I turned up at Andy's at 11 o'clock, and he leant over to me and he said, I said, you ready? You all set? He said, yeah, I've just got my hair cut, and I thought, I'll take you 10 minutes. So I've got to have a shower. I said, the wedding's gone, it's gone. Move that wedding back, 2 hours. But he got me thinking. Now, I understand that the girls have a nickname for Andy called Egg. I can't see it myself. I'm not quite sure where that nickname's come from. But it did get me thinking. So I'm like, how's he got to this stage? So I thought, I'm going to conduct an experiment. I'm going to take a normal person and I'm going to put them under a shower for 3 weeks at the time and see what happens. Okay, so this is my mate Ben at work, right? This is us. We're about to enter into the testing process. Very rigorous. 3 weeks later. Oh no! It's never going to grow back. Second thing Andy loves. There's 3 more of these. So, love of musicals.